Gonna blow your mind when our worlds collide.
Whoa, that was the hit original song Worlds Collide, made by the DCOM Duo podcast when we collide with the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide tour. It's crazy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, we weren't that good with the lyrics.
Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm BenG.
I'm Kelsey.
We're the DCOM Duo.
Podcast Minisode.
Yeah, normally we cover Disney Channel original movies, but we're not doing that today. No, today we're talking about a Disney Channel event that's going on, a concert series.
Hell yeah.
Which maybe I should have looked up more of the history on, but it's not the first time they've done something like
They
this.
did like a High School Musical tour, etc.
They did a High School Musical tour. They did a Camp Rock tour.
Hannah Montana,
whatever. Which is not a DCOM, but like
Disney Channel.
And I feel like that's gone by the wayside, but they recently brought it back, and here was one. They combined the Descendants and Zombies franchise together to do one big concert series for the combined two, and we went to it. We went to the August 4th show in Minneapolis at Target Center.
Yes, we live in Minnesota, so that's why we went to that one.
Since it's Disney Channel original movie related, we figured it makes sense to talk about.
Yeah, we had some nosebleed seats in the back. We were 4 adults in their 20s, just enjoying some Disney Channel music.
We weren't the only people who were just adults there, but I would say it's 90% people with kids.
Yeah, definitely a lot of kids there. Which, going into that stadium, so many people / mainly kids were like dressed up. It was so cute. It was actually so cute. And honestly, pretty evenly split of like, were they doing a zombies outfit or a Descendants outfit, which was fun. We went with the zombie outfits. I bought BenG and myself matching Seabrook High shirts. So if you're on the YouTube, that's going to be part of the thumbnail. You can see how cute we looked at the concert.
Before we get too deep into everything within here, just want to say this is going to be one of our least structured episodes that we've done.
We're just talking.
We're just going to talk about it. The big stuff I want to say is should you watch this if you are just an adult fan of the franchises?
You mean the concert?
Yes, the concert.
Should you go to the concert?
Should you go to the concert and pay the money that it is? I believe cheapest tickets are like $50, $60 right now, depending on location. B, should you go if you're a parent and your kids are into the series?
Yeah.
And now the concert's only going to run for like another month and a half beyond when this episode releases.
Yeah, we're also going to go through the set list briefly.
So it's going to spoil some stuff within there. But also, the point of the concert isn't the set list. It's
watching.
It's watching.
But if you wanted to be surprised, skip through that part, I guess.
We'll talk about how we think 7 people that are the performers within your did, and different thoughts about that. So, yeah. And a brief shout out for fan mail. We don't have fan mail right now, but if you want to send us fan mail about the concert, if you went to it and have some thoughts, feel free to do so. Also,
stay tuned to the end of the episode for our special announcement that we hinted at last episode.
Yeah. So, the DCOMduo@gmail.com.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Do you want to go through the cast first?
Sure, I can do that. So, we haven't talked about the most recent Descendants or Zombies films yet. In fact, we've only talked about, at the time of this podcast, Descendants 1 and Zombies 1.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of thoughts on both of the most recent franchises and the other rest of the franchise as well.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about those the day we finally get to there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the very sharp, quick summary, I would say, for both Kelsey and I is Zombies 4 is arguably the best one in the Zombies franchise, which is wild to say, but it was quite good.
It's quite good.
And in a way that we weren't fully expecting it to be.
Yeah.
And Descendants Rise of Red is at least clearly the worst Descendants movie, and also just genuinely one of the most baffling films we have ever watched.
In a bad way.
In a bad way. In a way that is like, how in the hell did this script make it anywhere.
Yeah. So I want to
It
say,
has good elements to it too that like are defendable and interesting,
yeah.
but also it's like the most flawed movie I've ever watched. Period.
I do want to say when we bought tickets, this was months ago when we bought tickets. It was like last fall we bought tickets. Rise of Red was the only movie out of the two. Zombies 4 was not out yet because it came out like right before the tour started. So I came in thinking this concert, like, oh, it's all new people from Rise of Red and Zombies 4. I don't know them. I didn't really like Rise of Red. I'm not expecting much from this concert. I was thinking they're probably just gonna do the new music. Very low expectations, which is the reason why I'm like, let's get nosebleeds and not spend a lot of money on this. We'll just go for fun because we're DCOM fans. Um, I didn't expect to like Zombies 4 as much as I did. And especially the music and the leads. I'm like, pretty big fans. Now, I wish we did buy a little bit better seats now. And also, I wasn't expecting the concert to truly be a love letter to the whole
We thought
franchise.
this was going to be much more of a cash grab than it
Yes.
actually ended up being. In
Yeah.
the end of the day, when we were done, we're like, that was 100% worth the money. If you're a fan of these franchises, don't hesitate in going to
Yeah.
this.
Okay, there's spoiler for our answer of do we think it's worth it? It is worth it.
And
If
I
you
mean, I
are a
think it's
fan.
good for us to just answer this up front. You can turn off if that's all you needed.
Yeah, I honestly wish I spent a little more money so that I could be closer. But
There
yeah,
is what, like nearly 30 songs performed.
so many songs.
All of like, there's no glaring omissions, really.
No, they hit every big song from the franchises.
There's some songs that you're surprised they didn't do. Like, for instance, they didn't do Fight of Our Lives, which is wild, but I don't even care.
That's fine by me. I didn't care about that
But
movie. Yeah.
nothing, like, all of the big hits they get, it feels like it's done with respect, and they performed pretty well. And
Yeah.
there was intrigue and stuff beyond that. We'll talk about everything.
Yeah, and like while you're not seeing the original actors from both franchises, you're not seeing Dove Cameron or Sophia Carson, you're not seeing Meg and Milo, but performers you do get are good performers.
And it's not like they aren't stars. Well,
Right.
3 of them aren't. Maybe 2 of them aren't. But they are getting the 2 leads from the 2 most recent movies. Like,
Yeah.
you were getting the 4 most important people for, like, the modern era.
Yeah, so overall, the like creators of this concert, the choreographers, the set list makers, the performers, they did put care and time into this show. They cover all of the movies. They do it in a good way, in my opinion. So yes, it's worth it if you are a fan of these songs.
And again, so many kids. We should have brought earplugs because so many kids were so excited for so much of this concert.
Yeah.
If your kids want to go to this concert, they're going to have a blast.
They're going to love it. Yeah, it's something that you forget when you're not around a bunch of
We're
kids.
doing this as adults, criticizing this, like, kids eat this up.
Well, also just kids are loud. Kids scream at a higher pitch than adults at a sports game.
Yeah.
Which is what the kind of crowds we're used to right now as adults that go to sports games. Kids, it hurts more. But also it's really fun that they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we go over the cast like
We'll
we
go
said
over
we're
the cast.
going to?
Yeah. I feel like we got the important stuff out of the way. We
Yeah.
said not going to be the most fun. So I'm just going in the order that they listed it, or like I think Google AI just gave me the list of this because I'm like, oh, cool. This also gives me the films to say, and it's I would say this is a reasonable order. Kylie Cantrell
is from Rise of Red.
From Rise of Red, she plays Red.
Yes.
She's 20 years old. I also put their ages down because
we were talking about that after the concert.
I feel like it was very interesting the age dynamics in some of this.
Yeah.
Was there. Talking a little bit about her performance within here because I feel like this is the time to do it when we're talking about everyone.
Right.
I have mixed feelings on Kylie.
I do too. I think she's talented. She's definitely
clearly talented.
I just feel like this concert was framed with her as the star in mind. And
because Descendants was a bigger franchise than Zombies.
And she's Red, right? She plays Red. When they're first announcing the concert, it's like everybody knows Red.
We'll get into this later, but she has 4 original songs in here, and everyone else only has 1 max.
I know, it's crazy. But in my opinion, and it could just be recency bias, I feel like she's being a little outshined by the two zombies leads. And so that's kind of crazy to me that I'm like, I kind of feel like it should be Freya.
We're talking about like the cheers that we heard from the kids and the audience.
Okay, we were especially right next to some Freya fans and Malachi fans.
Yeah.
So in our section, we heard those screams the loudest. I don't know if it was the whole stadium. I kind of feel like it was the whole stadium, especially Malachi's on screen that all the kids are like, oh my God, I love him so much.
We'll talk about that when we get to Malachi, but yeah.
So in my opinion, like, I feel like she kind of feels like she's the star, and in my opinion, she's less of the star.
Yeah. Kylie is interesting to me as like an actress, singer, dancer, because she is talented in all of those. She's refined within all those. I don't think she's particularly exceptional in any of them individually, but she also, more than literally anyone else in this cast, like, has this weird it factor to me.
This aura
of she is the star.
Yeah.
She has that star power behind her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, personally, she'll have, like, the best career out of everyone within here. Mm-hmm. But also, I wouldn't be that surprised just because she has that aura. It feels like she's a big deal. The way she carries herself.
Yeah.
It feels like she's a big deal.
Yes.
And it's really interesting. And I felt that when she was Red. I felt that in the promo for anything I've seen her in.
Yeah. You're right. She kind of demands, like, attention. And that's not the right word. But she demands star power, kind of, just with how she carries herself. And it's fascinating.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see that in a way that's like, I'm able to actually identify it rather than like that being a soft effect that boosts someone up.
Yeah. And so, like, if she's your favorite, I don't blame you. It's just interesting seeing it from this perspective because she's not my favorite.
Yeah. Next up, we had Freya Sky from Zombies 4. She plays Nova there.
Yes.
She's 15 years old.
That's crazy.
That means she probably filmed Zombies 4 at 14.
14 or maybe even 13.
I don't know how long the filming process was. I feel like it wasn't over a year. But,
I don't know.
But I don't know.
That's absolutely insane. She's so young. She's so talented. She is like my favorite.
I hate saying this about an active child star because there's so much shitty wrong in the child star universe and everything. Like, my stock in her is so high. I think she will be a superstar just because she's extremely talented. I thought she did great acting, but especially singing. She's a former junior Eurovision
and
performer.
She's a good dancer too.
And out of like the people who've done original songs within there, hers was the best, in my opinion.
Yes, of the solo performances in this concert.
I feel like all of that, while being the youngest by at least 3 years, is remarkable.
Yeah.
I think she's got a lot of talent and hoping it goes well for her.
Yeah. Next
is Malia Baker. She plays Chloe in Descendants: The Rise of Red. She's 18 years old.
Oh yeah. I really like her. And I feel like in Rise of Red and this concert, my opinion of her is she has so much more in her than
she doesn't really get that much of a chance to shine.
Exactly.
And I kind of get it in both cases. For one, Rise of Red was a mess of a movie to begin with. And judging from what we know was cut from the film and everything, they probably had to cut a lot of her character development shining moment scenes. So I get that much. And then in this concert, because Chloe wasn't that big of a character, they gave that all to like Kylie instead.
Yeah, she was much more of a filler role in the concert. She didn't have an original song, which I don't know.
Maybe she doesn't.
Maybe she just doesn't have any music out there. My opinion is like they did her a little bit dirty. I really like her a lot. I think she could do more, you know?
Yeah. Next up, we have Malachi Barton, who was in Zombies 4. He played Victor. He's 18 years old. It took me until going to this concert to realize, oh man, he is a teen idol.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Lots of I Heart Malachi t-shirts we saw.
He was the person with the most person-specific shirts.
Yeah.
He was the person who got the biggest scream every single time, I feel like. He would just appear and he'd do them. And he's a person that, like, I liked him in his role. We'll talk about him when we get to Under Wraps, probably.
In all of the like press I've seen for Zombies,
he's really charismatic.
Yes, he's actually
off camera,
so funny, and you could see bits of it in the concert too when he would like talk. in between songs. Like, he's really funny. He's really charismatic. He's cute for the teenage girls. Like,
Do I think he's exceptional at any of the like 3 talents? No, but I also don't think he's bad at any of
no,
them.
I think
I
he's
think
like
he is
a
above passable for
yes.
all of them. So good for him.
I think he's a better Noah Centineo,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
that's a fair way of putting it.
It also took us going to this concert, and we were like looking up the cast and stuff for us to realize he's in the new Under Wraps movies. That was crazy to realize.
Yeah.
Like, how did we not put that together?
Well, to be fair, we saw those before Zombies 4 even was like
Years
announced.
ago, we saw them when they came out, which
Yeah,
was a few years
he
ago.
looks a little different.
He's grown up.
Yeah.
Like, he's 18 now. So that was crazy. We'll talk about that when we cover Under Wraps.
Yeah. Next we have Dara Renee, who was in Descendants of Rise of Red, and Courtney in High School Musical, the musical, the series, as she said.
She mentioned that at the concert.
She played Uliana in Descendants of Rise of Red. She's 24, the oldest member of the cast.
Yes.
She really felt the whole time to me like filling a niche that needed to be filled, which was just like the specific voice type, the specific way of being able to perform, and also just being like a grounding adult anchor within there. She's our age.
Yeah, she's basically we're like a couple years older. It's a little bit kind of like, wow, you're still around Disney Channel. Mainly her role in the movie, I guess in the concert too, where it's kind of like, oh, you're still here. Not that she's that much older than the rest of them, but yeah, no, I think she did play a good role in the concert. She obviously had her own parts from Rise of Red. She also filled in China Anne McClain's parts super well. She did like the werewolf songs well. She killed Queen of Mean. We'll talk about that when we go through the set list. So
she filled an important niche. I totally get her being here, but also in a way I could have believed her feeling like she would have been done with this, but she's not big enough to not cash that paycheck, I think.
Yeah.
So
she had a solo song. We'll talk about that.
I don't think anyone did bad.
No, actually. I think all the performers did well.
Yeah. It was good to see within that. Next up, we have the happy to be here category. We have, if you've noticed, we've only talked about one guy so far, so they had to get a couple more boys.
Get 2 more guys.
And if you notice, Descendants is a very female-led franchise.
Especially Rise of Red.
Rise of Red has, like... Is Hook the biggest male character?
Hook
That's
is literally
or is it
the
Merlin,
biggest
male? Technically.
Well, if you're going for a teenager, it's literally Hook. So next is Joshua Colley from Rise of Red. He plays Captain Hook. He's 23 years old. This is the most, out of the whole cast, the most person I'm like, wow, they just really needed another guy. And I guess you are the biggest guy in Rise of Red. It just feels weird that, like, you grabbed Captain Hook, who's a very minor character in this movie, but, like, he's the biggest male. It's a very female-driven franchise, and you can't bring in Jay and Carlos anymore, you know? Yeah. So, yeah.
So, as we said, we think he was in the happy to be here category. He does well. He also brings, like, a more grounded perspective to it. I feel like you could tell the people's ages largely through here.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I would have thought Freya was a couple years older, but otherwise I would have, like, estimated just on how they performed and carried themselves. Everyone's ages pretty much accurately.
Yeah.
And that's probably because Freya's performed live shows before, so
yeah, she's
more experienced within all of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it felt like he was a good grounding, constant presence for that, especially with the way they formatted this with all the breaks and stuff. He was often like given the breaks, given the chance to talk it through and lead us into the next section, along with...
Well, actually, I feel like the next guy did that more.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
The other person that's in the, quote, lucky to be there, happy to be there category, Meccanin Knife, who plays Vargas in Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires.
Yes.
He's 19 years old, and he was very much there for, I feel, a couple reasons. One, we've already talked about they needed more male voices for sure. 2, he was... the best dancer, I think, out of all 7.
He absolutely
was incredible at it.
Which is something that didn't shine in the movie because, like...
They didn't give him, like, dance parts, you know? The whole dancing is good.
He was just with the group.
But as a live dancer, he's probably, like...
He was so good.
Yeah.
And he kind of felt like the MC of the night.
Yes, he was definitely the one that was, like, leading everyone up to the next point the most.
Yeah, and he didn't get a solo song. Neither did Malachi, actually. Like an
Yeah.
original song,
Yeah.
I mean.
Which again, some of them might not have written original songs.
Yeah, but he was fun. This is your boy. Before the concert, you're like, I like him.
Yeah,
And
we
then
tried to
after
take
the
our like predictions of how our opinions gonna be, and I'm like, I think he's gonna shine, and I think he did.
he
His
definitely
dancing,
impressed
especially.
me. I didn't
He
expect
got his
much from
Benson
him.
Boone flips in.
I didn't expect much from him going in just because he's a more minor character in the movie. But I was really impressed. Like, yeah, particularly with his dancing, he did a really good job.
Yeah. And then we're just gonna quick shout out at the Minnesota concert specifically. There was a special guest who was there.
He was in the audience
He
and they
was in
like
the
brought him on
audience. They
stage.
identified that and pulled him on stage
Mhm.
briefly because Peter Lindell, who plays Morgie, Descendants Rise of Red, 22 years old.
He was there.
He was there. He's from Minnesota.
Yeah. So he
So
came to the concert. He was in the crowd.
he's
They
like,
brought
I
him
could
on
have been there.
stage.
I could have performed.
He was like, they're singing my part. They said, Sono Morgana Serpentine.
Yeah. We'll talk about him with Rise of Red everything, but it was kind of fun to have him there. It's
Yeah.
really, really funny to me in like a meta sense that his entire time on stage was just talking about Kylie's shirts, which
It
was
was so fun. It was during Kylie's solo songs, and she's like, "You want a shirt?"
again this goes into the star power thing with Kylie, but we'll get to that with her own stuff.
Yeah, we
But
can start going through the set list briefly and just.
well, first off,
thoughts.
pre-concert, a
Oh,
couple things to
okay.
mention. Number one, we found someone. Well, the merch line was
Oh my
very,
gosh,
very.
I wanted to go in and get a T-shirt.
I don't think the merch was anything special.
It wasn't.
It was very basic.
T-shirt just because I'm a Zombies Descendants fan. It's like, look, I went to this concert. Line was super long, which maybe there was another line somewhere, but the
We didn't
line we
see
were
it.
at was so long. I'm like, this isn't worth it. And I saw the same shirts on Amazon.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
crazy.
think they did a good job with the merch doing anything interesting.
No, that was a
It was like just
disappointing.
the Descendants logo and Zombies logo next to each other, and like what the poster is for the concert.
Yeah, and
And
then there's like the concert shirt that has the dates on the
They
back.
did have these like electric pom poms that would light up.
Those were
That was
fun.
cool.
Those were
And
fun for the
seeing kids doing
kids.
that was fun, but like
Yeah.
in terms of other stuff, I don't think you need to spend your time at the merch table.
No.
When we were getting towards our seats, someone was handing out pins, presumably like an event coordinator or something.
Yeah.
And Kelsey has one of them still right in front of
Yes.
her. It's for Electric Bloom.
The new Disney Channel show coming out, which is about a girl band.
Yes. And they promoted that during the Zombies 4 premiere when I was live, and like it's all
Mhm.
over Disney Channel within there. It's a new TV show that's coming out soon.
Yeah, and it's fun that's like it's about a band that performs concerts and you're at a concert.
It's interesting to see that as a marketing thing right within there.
Mhm.
So I thought that was there. And then finally, they ran through like I would say a 10-minute loop of content on screens
Yeah.
pre-concert, which was trivia about the Descendants franchise,
And Zombies franchise.
trivia about Zombies 4.
Oh, yeah.
No Zombies questions other than Zombies 4 related.
It was so weird because Descendants did cover all 4 movies and Zombies only covered Zombies 4.
Yeah. So those were stuff. And the inner between all that was just ads for random Disney products, stuff like Descendants dolls or Lilo and Stitch
Or
Freaky
Electric
Air Friday or
Bloom.
Electric Bloom.
Yeah.
So stuff like that were within there. It wasn't anything all too crazy. I don't think you
Mhm.
need to get to your seats at all before.
No, it was, I'm guessing, I mean, one promotion to keep the kids doing
Yeah.
something. One thing that was really funny is one of the trivia questions was like, who's Celia's dad? And we heard a kid go, I don't know who Celia is. It's like, what? Did you watch the movie? And then it said, like, Dr. Facilier is her dad. It's like, who's Dr. Facilier? Hearing kids just talk is so
Can't say
funny.
the darndest things. It's so funny.
Another just quick shout out. While the concert was happening, the kids behind us, again, big Freya fans, they had a sign that said, like, we love
I'm
Freya.
your biggest fan, Freya.
And they spelled it wrong.
wrong. Very funny.
They were screaming so loud the whole concert, which, like, good for them. We should have brought earplugs. That's on us. But at one point, the girl behind us goes, I should have brought a megaphone. No, you should not have.
There are so many small moments like that during it. And that's like
So
part of the
funny.
joy I got was just seeing kids get really happy.
Yeah. And we just want to ask anyone else who's been to any of the other shows outside of
Oh,
Minneapolis.
yes. Please let us know about
No, throughout the whole concert, the stars kept coming out and they would do their little like talking sections and they kept saying, "Wow, you guys are really loud."
Minnesota, you're the loudest crowd yet. And normally I never believe any of that stuff from a concert.
Yeah.
But A, it was extremely loud in there,
Yes.
genuinely. And B, the fact that they all kept specifically using the word loud,
Yeah, they
which is
kept
not
saying
the
loud.
most positive word.
No.
It's like a very descriptive, not themed word. They're just like, you're very loud. I want to know if they were all just like, the crowds are really loud tonight.
I wonder if Minneapolis is actually louder than other places. But if you've been to any of the other shows, please let us know if they commented about how loud you guys are.
We want to know.
Are we special? Okay. So getting into the set list now. They opened up, of course, with their Worlds Collide original song called Worlds Collide, group number.
It's very basic. They needed to make a song for this that talks about it. They don't really lean into like the concept that much of, oh my god, it's Descendants and Zombies. So there's more so just like performing songs from each. I could have seen this having like some sketches or something where it's like they stay in character and are interacting with each other, but instead it's just like the actors are doing a concert, which I would prefer. So
yeah. Next was Red, performed by Kylie from Rise of Red. This is one I was really excited for.
Everyone like came and did a little bit of intro for themselves. Kylie was first, another part of the star, but that also gave her the time to go set up, go get changed. There's a lot of changed costumes within here.
So many.
They don't skimp out on that at all.
The costumes were pretty fun.
There's a lot of downtime in this, like in between songs, not in an egregious way or anything, but it's clearly so that they could have like given a bunch of the singers breaks, because a lot of them are taking breaks at different points, and B, help with all the costuming.
Yeah, all the changing, all the set changes that they would bring out. They would like play clips from the movies, which I thought was really fun. Personally, they would also show like pictures of them when they were kids and just
they would all talk
stuff
about like
that.
Oh, I love the Disney Channel from this. Freya's like, my 9-year-old birthday party, I was Evie. It was the same. I dyed my hair blue.
Yeah.
And Kylie's like, look at this, like me auditioning for Disney Channel as a kid.
Her first concert was like Cheetah Girls and Hannah Montana. Like, yeah, super fun stuff like that in between the songs. So yeah, Red was next. I was really excited before the concert for Red because I felt like they could stage that really fun. And I think it was pretty, yeah.
I don't think it was a highlight of the night, but I also think it was good.
Yeah, and it's fun to have a song that's Red.
Out of the songs from Rise of Red, the second best one.
Yeah, I like this one, actually. I like all those songs are a little campy.
Rise of Red's music, I think, is pretty mediocre overall. Yeah. I love Ain't It, but also we'll talk about it because they did do it, which was surprising.
Yeah.
But that is also very much the best part of the song is Rita Ora's whole section. And how are they going to get a kid to do that? It will just feel wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, before we talk about that one, the next song was The Place to Be, performed by Freya and Malachi. It was interesting that they made this a duet.
Notably, like, Mekanin has like 5 singing longs throughout the entirety of Zombies 4, and he sang 0 of them. All of the Zombies 4 like group numbers were sung as duets, except Lenges in the Making.
Yeah, it was crazy. So they did Place to Be, and they had a bunch of other dancers on stage, but Freya and Malachi just did all the parts themselves. Which I'm like, why wouldn't you make that a group number? Or at least, if not this one, why not Don't Mess With Us, which they do later, but we'll talk about that later. We can move on. Next was Fired Up / Did I Mention? These were the 3 boys.
The boys came out and did this. We got a little bit of like a Bucky preview.
A little Bucky intro.
There were multiple times the kids behind us were getting all excited for potentially these other actors coming out that are the stars from the original film.
You don't realize that they
don't realize that's not going to happen. They would advertise that if it was.
Yeah.
But so I feel a little bad for the kids that might be misled for all this. They're like, is Bucky going to be here?
No.
But it was fun to see, and it led into Fired Up, which performed pretty well.
Fired Up was fun. This was the number they brought Shrimpy out for, and we are big Shrimpy
fans. We'll probably talk about this mostly in Zombies 4, because the fun fact that we learned about Shrimpy in Zombies 4 is one of my favorite DCOM fun facts of all time.
It was so fun. We love Shrimpy. Our shirts had the Shrimpy logo, like, super high. We love Shrimpy, so that was super fun. They brought him up for that. This was not a mashup. This was actually just they did Fire It Up and then they did I Mention?
Yes.
I thought it was super fun.
I think Joshua did I Mention? It's one of the few
Joshua did do
solos
Did I
Mention? I felt like he killed it.
He did really well with that. And I think Mekkonen, I think Mekkonen led Fired Up.
Which is a great name.
That's a cool name. Mekkonen, I think, led Fired Up, and then Malachi was just also there for this one. So it's fun when the three boys come out because it's kind of like watching a little boy band. But yeah. So the next was Rotten to the Core / BAM.
Yeah. I felt like Rotten to the Core was a little bit of a letdown, considering how big it was of a deal that song is to the franchise. And like,
yeah, wasn't that one where it was just kind of the two girls in the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a different circle aside from the stage with
and
like
I believe the boys were in there to say their stuff, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping for it to be.
Yeah.
When they were to do that, I liked the secondary stage more so for the solos or like the total duets, but doing it on a group number when it's a small stage was...
Yeah, and they were doing that so that they could set up the little bouncy pad for BAM.
Which BAM went very well.
BAM was cool.
That was, I think, Mekkonen's best performance of the night.
Yeah,
that was cool. He was singing the Zed part within there, and Freya was the Addison part.
Yeah. So then they brought out Dara and Joshua to do Perfect Revenge and What's My Name. They kind of put them together, a little bit of a mashup, but mainly just kind of switching back and forth.
And this was a good call.
This was actually great. I think Dara is just actually a great performer.
There are some of the mashups that they do within here, I feel like they didn't do well. I think this was like the best one.
Yeah, especially it was very What's My Name focused with just the little bit of Perfect Revenge.
Neither of us like Perfect Revenge as a song, and they did the exact part of it to like hit it for the people that want it.
Yes.
Where they kind of like hit through the main notes of Perfect Revenge once, and then they get back into What's My Name, and then they still let Joshua do the rap part of What's My Name, which is very fun.
Love that.
I thought they would cut that out. I'm happy they did not.
They did it. And yeah, it was just really fun putting those together because they are the two like related to Ursula characters. And then Hook and Captain Hook's son. Like, it was cool. I liked it. And the costuming, incredible for that one. Next was the big group number for Life is Sweeter, led by Freya.
Yes, which is interesting, but at the same time, makes complete sense. It's not going to be the two Rise of Red characters who have small roles in that song, but like they could have done, but would have felt weird. And I mean, Dara doesn't really make sense for that.
And she has her own part in it. Dara also has her own role.
So
she comes in as Uliana.
I honestly just thought they might not do it. I know it's the biggest song from
It's the biggest number. Yeah.
It's the one that I feel like was the promo song.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense to do it, but it's also a very specific song, very related directly to the movie, and also it drags.
It does, but also I like this.
This performance was way better of it than I thought it was going to be.
When the other characters come in, like the Malia did the fairy godmother part, and then they had Kylie and Mekkonen do the Gelatin part. So if you're wondering if Gelatin is still in the concert, Gelatin is there, and they did the
little thing, which I'm like, okay, go for it.
Call us Gelatin.
Friends of the podcast, former podcast members, Ben and Bay were at the concert, and this was Ben's favorite of the night,
which is crazy.
And he's like, going into this, was like, it's going to be terrible when they do this,
but he's like, no, that was actually great.
So
that was fun.
Yeah. At the end of this song, they all walked to like the front of the T stage. We don't need to describe too much. And they all took a seat, and we had like an extended talking section where they're all doing like a rehearsed bit, talking about who their favorite Disney villains are. And it kind of felt that part maybe dragged a little bit.
Yeah, I also want to mention one more thing for Life is Sweeter. Malachi was Prince Charming, and the crowd around us freaked out when he came on as Prince Charming.
And it's like, you've already seen him multiple times.
But oh my God, it's Charming. He's like, that's the name people know me by. They did their little breathing thing after, and they're like, name your favorite villain.
They're sitting down talking about their favorite Disney villains and everything. And that leads into like, oh, you VKs are going to have to teach us how to chill like a villain.
Yeah, you guys should show us what the zombies do and also how to be a VK. So they do like the zombies do and Chillin' Like a Villain, basically back to back, except for in Chillin' Like a Villain, they throw in a little do it like the zombies do in the chorus, like to try to mash it up.
This was a swing and a miss. Not it's like it's fine enough because they're doing most songs mostly true to form,
Yeah.
but it was just
Yeah.
kind of there. I felt like they were trying to make it too much.
They're trying to worlds collide a little too much. Like, I think it's better as a medley.
Like either you need to do that way more consistently within here, just like have the songs be separate.
They only truly had one mashup that they really, really
And
tried.
it was my least favorite part of the night.
Yeah. So we'll get
talk
there.
about that.
Next, everybody leaves and we get a little video. Oh my gosh, it's Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly saying like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Follow us, Milo.
So that was really fun that they filmed a little something special for the concert, and this led into Someday, and then which they did like the full performance. Of course, it was Freya and Malachi, our new zombie stars, singing Someday, which one of the songs I heard the most crowd singing for, which makes sense. It was really sweet. And then after that, they did Dream Come True. And while they were singing Dream Come True, they like separated and walked through the crowd to get to that other little circle stage. And it was just really sweet. I love Dream Come True. It's my favorite Zombies 4 song. So I thought they did great with that.
Yeah.
Do the little ballads.
First off, it was like, oh, you can get Meg and Milo to record something.
They just did Zombies 4.
It was wild to hear that are like recorded themselves trying to pump up the crowd. It's like this. If this was adults, no one would be reacting because they all know it's like filmed. But the kids, enough kids thought it was real to like get excited.
Yeah.
But it was like them passing the torch even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like clearly they want to do something. I felt like they didn't need this section, but it's always nice to have it. If they can have these two be a part of it, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, and they also needed Frey and Malachi to go change.
Like they're executive producers of Zombies 4. They want it to do well, and the concert doing well helps that. So
yes, absolutely. Next, we have a little like intro from Aaliyah and Mekanin about dancing.
Yes, and they talk about how they both did ballet. They both like are big dancers, and they're talking about what is the best dancing song in their movies.
Mm-hmm.
And they pick one, and that's what they perform. And what's wild is Kelsey and I, a couple years ago.
I don't even think it was that long ago.
I think it was a year ago. It was post Rise of Red, I'm pretty sure.
We were just like chilling one night, and we're like, what do you think the best choreography in any DCOM is? And we were like watching through music videos.
We took a lot of research into this, and we came to the conclusion it was Good to Be Bad, the opening song from Descendants 3.
It absolutely slays. And there's lots of good dancing.
There's a lot.
DCOMs, like, don't think we don't appreciate other dancing, but there's something about Good to Be Bad.
It really goes hard.
It goes so hard. And so this led into a performance of Good to Be Bad by these
like,
two.
wow, Disney agrees with us.
We're like, wow, yeah. And it was fun. They kind of had like a Janet Jackson, a Rhythm Nation kind of vibe going, which was fun.
A little burlesque.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was fun though. I will say the choreography was a little bit of a step down from the movie.
But it's because that was a recorded performance that they could cut around and like, this is a live, so everything's within there. But yeah, they got probably the two best dancers of the show. Maybe.
I don't know. I think Kylie might be the best girl dancer.
Maybe.
But I mean, Mekanin's the best guy dancer for sure.
So. And it was fun to see. And they did go hard and they performed it themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then we got the fake phone call to Queen of Hearts.
Cringe.
That was cringe. It was. Which led into Love It performed by Kylie. And we're like, this is kind of weird because that's Rita Ora's song in the movie.
And they basically just cut around to basically do her parts. They cut out the whole fun back and forth of Cinderella and
obviously
Queen of Hearts.
And they cut out Dungeon Underground. Didn't they?
Well, yeah, because they cut out basically the entire Rita Ora part. There was like small parts of it left in that Kylie just sang.
She sang like all her intro parts, and then she did like the chorus.
Yeah, I don't like it as much Frankenstein because again, the best parts of the song are the Rita Ora parts.
Yeah, so that was a little weird. Like we're like, oh, they're doing this one, but it was fine. Okay.
After that, we get the mashup, they start showing like some werewolf stuff in the background.
Oh yeah, they did a whole werewolf intro. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna do
This
"We
will
Own the
come back
Night."
later.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're probably gonna do like "We Own the Night" because that's the werewolf song. Nope, it went into Flesh and Bone, which I'm
Which
like,
is kind of a werewolf song.
starts as a werewolf song. So like, okay, and they fully mash it up with "It's Going Down." Like, it
This
was
is
a
the most
mashup.
mashup.
Yeah,
And let me tell you, it didn't work.
it didn't really
This
work.
was my least favorite, like, of the night.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. I would have rather hear the songs separately.
They and like especially for like the chorus of Flesh and Bone, they would only go the
They wouldn't say this is a declaration because then they would go, "It's going down."
which to me is like you're kind of taking the worst parts of the two songs. These are two songs I'm very high on
Yeah,
in personal like DCOM song rankings. These are probably both in my top 25.
yeah. No, these are two really good songs, and they just put it together in an awkward way
And
that
like
we
they
didn't
don't
really like.
really fit it anyways,
No,
and it kind of just cuts out the core fun of both of them.
yeah,
So
Mhm.
that was the big miss to me.
Yeah.
After this, we get I think it was like Joshua comes and like introducing Dara Renee as like a person, talking
Yeah.
about stuff that she's done, and like, hey, y'all, this is really special. You're gonna hear an original song by her, and
Mhm.
we're like, oh, the originals are starting.
Okay, yeah.
We
This is
had
when
no
people
idea what the
started.
set list was or anything in here.
Yeah, this is when people started going to the bathroom.
Which, if you want to, it's not a bad time to. However, it's also I think important to note there is an intermission in this show,
There is an
which is wild.
intermission. We did not expect it, but
There's
we're
no
like,
opener, which we
no,
should
there
have
is no
probably said.
opener. No opener, which we thought made sense for like kids' concerts. I guess an intermission also makes sense for kids' concerts because there's parents there with
Or maybe
kids.
they should have publicized that there was going to be one.
Well,
Because maybe they did and we didn't know.
yeah, so if you're looking for a bathroom break and you don't care
They
about
have
the
a
original
20-minute
songs,
intermission.
yes. So there's going to be a Dar original and then a Kylie original, which then leads into the intermission. So if you don't care about that and you want a longer break, you can go during these originals and you have plenty of time to come back during the intermission.
Yeah.
But first this is Dara's original.
It's
I
called
didn't really
I'ma
care
Do
for
It.
it. Yeah. I didn't really care for it.
I made a comment night of, and it was probably my best insight of the night. It sounds like a random ass Dance Dance Revolution song.
And you were so right about that.
And that's the best way I could possibly describe it.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
didn't vibe with
it
it.
was fine enough, but like I would never throw it on.
Yeah. And then Kylie comes out, and this is when we said hi to Morgie during this medley.
Well, yes. She sings not one, not two, not three, four original songs.
And not the whole song, but like she sings 4 different songs, which is crazy to
Again, this
me.
is like the way she struts her stuff. She's like, I'm gonna do 4 songs. And one of them, like in between song like 2 and 3 or something, they bring out Peter Lindell, who plays Morgie on
Uh-huh.
stage. And she's like, anyone want t-shirts? And hands a Kylie t-shirt, not a Descendants Zombies t-shirt.
A Kylie
A Kylie
t-shirt.
Cantrell
They
t-shirt
pull out
to him.
They pull out t-shirt guns.
Which is like, this is such a power move. It was insane.
This is a group concert for 2 Disney Channel movies, franchises, and you're giving out shirts with your face
Just
on it
you.
and not in character for your solo career. It's
You have
crazy
to
to me.
respect it. It's funny as
It's
hell.
Wow.
It was such a power move, and I'm like, I really wonder what the others think about this.
Oh my gosh.
What's the drama in there? I feel like I haven't seen her in the TikTok videos that come up behind the scenes footage.
Yeah. So we found that fascinating.
Her original songs, again, I feel like she maybe would have done better if she just picked one and like
And
really
did like the
performed
full
it.
thing.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't get enough of any of them to really jive with
And honestly, I couldn't even tell it was 4. I would have said it was 2 or 3 because to me it was generic songs.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. And then we get the intermission. Then they have a big pocket watch come down from the center of the
And then
stage.
yeah, so there's a pocket watch counting down 20 minutes, and then at some point it stops showing us the countdown and then later comes back. We're like, did they fudge the numbers there? That
Did
was
they- yeah.
weird.
We didn't take it enough time to know for a fact, but they say it's a 20-minute intermission, and it felt like 20 minutes. We
Yeah.
had some guidance on that. Maybe
We
a
didn't
little
leave
extra.
our seats, so and then they like played through the loop of all their advertisements again.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it was just like pre-concert again.
Yeah. Okay, so we come back. Freya comes out. She sings her original song, Gold's Gone. I thought she was beautiful. She did great.
You mentioned during the night It felt like everyone else was making songs that's like for a child pop audience, and this is a song that was much more for like a general pop
Yeah.
music liking
That's
audience.
how I felt about it. Yeah, exactly.
It felt more legit.
Yeah. Okay, then they come out. It's like Dara, Meganin, and Joshua, and they're like, guys, we've talked about VKs, we've talked about zombies. Who else do we need to talk about? And the audience starts screaming, and we're like, aliens, like as a joke, because we didn't think they would really do any alien songs, because there's not really an alien
There
song.
is a part of Ain't No Doubt About It, and technically Utopia, and that's it.
And that's it. So we're like jokingly yelling aliens. And then, or we're like vampire. Oh no, they said like we talked about vampires, we talked about daywalkers, blah, blah, blah. Who else do we have to talk about? And then it was Dara, right? She's like,
So
werewolves? And we're like, what?
because they already had a whole section of clips that was just werewolves.
They had clips of werewolves that led into Flesh and Bone. So we're like, you already mentioned the werewolves, but then they do We Own the Night and Call to the Wild. And we're like, okay, I guess this is the werewolf part. Like, why didn't you do that with the werewolf intro you had earlier? That was weird, but the performances were good.
I was a little surprised they didn't also do Come On Out.
I know. I thought
like
they would have done We Own the Night and Come On Out, or maybe all three, just like shortened version.
I feel like you either cut one of Zombies 2 and keep Come On Out, but
yeah, but nope, they didn't do
fine.
Come On Out at all. But I mean, there's plenty of werewolf songs, so that's fine. Next is Don't Mess With Us, which, okay, this is the part where like, why isn't this a group number? It was again just a duet between Freya and Malachi.
Which is, this song especially is a weird one to do it in that way.
It's such a group number. Don't mess with us. Like, what? And especially like Meganin has singing lines in this one that he didn't get to perform himself.
He just performed the other one and he performs the song after. So they're like,
you're not part of this,
give him a break.
Dude.
And also, are we going to have someone go play Ray and Vampire Girl on Vera?
I forgot.
Think Vera.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. But they did Don't Mess With Us. Fun choreography. It was fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, this might be my favorite performance.
It is my favorite. Which is wild because I'm not that high on this song comparatively.
You didn't like this one as much. I think it is a great song and that helped this performance a lot. Which first, before the song, we got a little like tribute to the 4 original Descendants characters, which was really fun.
They didn't do Carlos in like specifically, which I feel like a lot of these things typically do, and I'm kind of happy they didn't for the fact, if you know, you know. They've done their respects many times. The way they did the respects in Rise of Red, I think, was correct.
It was good, yeah.
And we don't need to keep harping on it. It is sad, but like,
yeah,
it was good to just say, hey, all 4 of these, they're legends.
They're legends, not legends in the making yet. But this led into Ways to Be Wicked, which ended up being a fantastic performance. Like,
I don't even know if there's anything specifically to say about it. It was Meganin, Kylie, Malia, Joshua.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who played what part necessarily.
Okay, I just looked it up. It was Kylie as Mal. Kylie was Mal. Malia was Edie, for a fact, in this performance. And I think Meganin was Carlos and Joshua was Jay. Or no, maybe it was the other way around. I don't know.
Thought the other way, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
It's fine.
It was great. The whole staging of it, I can't even like describe everything it was there, but I remember the feeling of that one was electric.
It was really fun.
And it led right into another highlight of the night.
Oh my gosh. So the next one was Queen of Mean, which had Darla in the circle by herself in this huge ball gown. And hearing the whole stadium, mainly full of children, rap the beginning of Queen of Mean was amazing.
It was a great experience to hear a whole crowd go, I was tired of pretending.
Where's my happy ending? And they're like doing the little raps, like, I followed all the rules. I drew inside the line.
Like, it's not a hard rap at all, but also, these are kids that you can hear audibly saying and enunciating a rap.
When we first watched this, Descendants 3, we couldn't believe that Queen of Mean was like as big as it was, but then it like grew on us. It really did.
It's such a corny song,
but I
in
love
a very lovable way.
Yeah, I love it now. I used to hate it originally, and now I actually love it. Dara slayed. And then like for the last little build up chorus, they like lifted her up and the dress was bigger and it was huge and it was awesome. She slayed that.
Mhm.
It was fun.
After that, we get a full group number. Dara does an extremely quick
God.
change from this moment.
At one point in the concert, they show like here's some little behind the scenes footage of us like running around changing costumes and stuff. And in that, she said like my quickest change is 20 seconds.
And it's this for
And
sure.
you see her just
Because
sprinting.
she comes out and is one of the first parts in Alien Invasion.
She comes in so fast. We're like, oh my gosh, she was just doing Queen of Me and from the other side of the stadium, like a full basketball court away, but like more because you have to get through the crowd and like backstage, you know. It was actually crazy. But they did a whole performance of Alien Invasion, which surprised me.
If you had me rank all of the songs in these movies from most to least likely to be performed, this would have been among my like 10 least likeliest.
I wouldn't have thought so, but it is the only song that truly mentions aliens in a way. And honestly, another standout performance for me of the night, this one was really fun. Like they had the whole alien costuming, they had like laser lights and acting like the spaceship. It was really fun. And it was a full group number too, which is always fun.
Yeah. After this, Malia stayed on stage and it's like, hey, I want to introduce you to my friend, and grabs a guitar.
Yeah, it had a name. I don't remember the name.
Penelope?
Maybe.
And she's like talking about all that. We're like, oh, this is interesting.
Is she going to sing an original song? And then she didn't. She sang If Only.
Which, and for her, that's probably going to be more of a hit for her than if she did an original song.
Hey, if you want the whole crowd to sing with you, sing one from the franchise. And she did a great job.
She did a great job.
It's a great song. She did really good.
Yeah, again, kind of like we didn't expect If Only to be performed, mainly because
they have so many other ballads.
Yeah. It didn't feel like what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But
it did lead into then Space Between.
She's talking about first her big friendship with Kylie.
Yes.
And it was saying like, I really wanted this song so badly. I had to fight for this to be in the concert.
Oh, really? Yeah. I missed that. I'm glad she did because this.
I'm wondering if this replaced Fight of Our Lives.
Oh, she's like, let's do Space Between instead of Fight of Our Lives. Because Malia never sings as Chloe in this concert, except for her line of, that's my dad. Yeah. Like, that's her only as Chloe line, which is insane. But I think Space Between is a better pick. This is mine and Bay's song. It's a friendship song from the original Descendants franchise. It was from Descendants 2 with Mal and Evie, and they did a great job. So that was fun. And then they did Nightfalls as a group number, and I did not expect this one to be performed, but I did.
I guess. It's like a coming together song. I honestly expected it to be one of the openers ones of like, oh, zombies versus Descendants, and they frame it like that rather than Mal's group versus Uma's
group.
They
didn't really. Did they even really do an intro for this one? I didn't think they
not
did.
much. No. But it fits the vibe of it all within there.
I don't know. I guess I didn't expect this one to be performed, but I also didn't expect this many songs to be performed.
Again, there's a lot of songs within here, and they mash up multiple songs. There's not many songs I'm left saying, why didn't they do this?
No, the weirdest one for us is Fight of Our Lives, only because it was from Rise of Red.
Yeah.
But they did Space Between instead.
It's from Rise of Red, and they had both performers of the song there, and that's the only reason.
Yeah. Whatever. Then Freya sings her ballad from Zombies 4, My Own Way. She did good.
Has a great voice.
She did good. Another ballad, not much to say about that one. She did a good job. Okay, this might have been
the strangest performance of the night, actually.
Biggest surprise. They bring out the boys. They bring out Malachi, especially. I think he kind of introed this one, and then they bring the other boys out.
And they are wearing these. My favorite outfit of the night, actually, was probably these jackets.
With, like, the cards.
It was all the suits.
Yeah, the suits on their jacket. It was really cute. They like teach you how to do the little shuffle of love dance, which isn't much of a dance. This song
isn't actually in the movie.
No,
it's like a bonus feature.
There's like 30 seconds of it in the movie, and then they like released a music video for it recently, like a few months ago, I think. So they performed Shuffle of Love from Rise of Red as a 3 little boy band like trio. I'm like, this is performed by a girl in the movie, but it's kind of fun that they made it the boys number.
And they tried to make this like an audience interaction thing where you dance to it, but
it doesn't
A, they didn't show it enough. B, it's not actually in a movie. And C, the dance isn't actually popular, so like that part kind of flopped.
Yeah. But it was fun seeing the boys together.
Joshua stayed on stage after that to perform his original song,
Yes.
which this is the least pandering of the songs, actually.
No, it's about, like, being friends, being together, and it, like,
It felt like
montage.
he was writing it about his experience here, and it didn't
Yes.
feel like an attempt to make a career out of
Yeah,
anything.
and he dedicated it to the other cast members, and they showed video montage of all the cast members, like, doing all the prep stuff for the concert.
When I heard coming in like that he had an original song, I'm like, what career is he trying to start? But no, this actually felt very earnest, so
It
I
was really
respect that a
cute.
lot.
Yeah. Which then led to our final song before the encore, which was Legends in the Making, which I thought was fun and made sense of, like, look,
They had
we're the new
Yeah,
legends.
they had
Yeah.
some fun jacks with there. Legends of Making works as a finale song because it kind of is the finale of Zedison a little
Yeah.
bit, you
And I
know.
guess the Descendants people too. But it's like, look, we're all legends, we're the new generation. Yeah, blah blah blah. And then they ended it. I thought this was a fun performance because it had everybody.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's over, they're like, don't go too far.
It was the least encore I've seen because I'm guessing a lot of kids chose the concerts. Did the
Don't have
Wiggles do an encore?
Probably not. I was not expecting an encore, but honestly, the way Legends in the Making happened too, they had like a couple
It really
balls.
quickly came.
It quickly came. They had a couple balls in the audience, but it did not feel grandiose at all for an ending. And people started leaving.
People started going, and then
Like,
maybe they're just
immediately.
they're like, okay, we got to go before the encore to beat the traffic or something.
I feel like they didn't realize there was going to be an encore, but they did say like, "Don't go too far." And then they came back out pretty quickly. I would say within a minute or two, and they did their actual final number, which was "Set It Off," which makes sense for a finale. It was the finale. Descendants won, and this is where they finally like release confetti.
Disney loves Set It Off. I
They
feel
do.
it feels weirdly ever present, despite the fact that it's a very generic and, in my opinion, mediocre song.
I know it's very generic. But it is the end of the original movie, so
I mean, it's fine as an ending, but like Break This Down is just a better song.
it is.
And
So
it
is You
covers
and
the
Me
same niche. But You and Me
is a ballad.
You and Me is
Essentially.
like a very unique ending song.
Yes.
Break This Down works as a generic
But that
ending
doesn't
song.
work for an end of a concert song. Set It Off does.
Break This Down can work as the ending of
No, not for a concert. Not this concert, in
Okay.
my opinion. In my
Well, they
opinion,
could also
Set It
done
Off
any
is
of the
better.
Zombies ending songs, but they did none of them.
Well, Zombies 1 is just a reprise of Bam, so no. Zombies 2, they could have done One for All, I guess.
They could have done One for All.
Nothing But Love for You.
That's weird.
They could have though. And then
Show the World could have worked,
Meh.
but it's also
Legends of the Making into Show the World though would have been weird. I think it was a good choice. Set It Off, even though it's generic.
How was the concert?
That was the whole concert. We had a good time.
We rank it like reviews highly. We're not going to
Yes.
rank it on our list because it's not a movie.
It's not a movie, but we do think it was worth the money. We paid for like the cheapest seats, which was like $50
And obviously,
dollars.
use what we said about it to make your own decision. Like,
Yes.
obviously, you have different interest levels. Although, if you listen this deep into a podcast about the concert, maybe you should have just gone.
But in conclusion, if you have kids that want to go, we do think it's worth it. And if you're an adult who maybe feels embarrassed to go because it is more for kids, don't be. Like, live your life, go out there. We did it, and it was fun.
Yeah. Again, it was exciting just to hear all the kids scream.
Yeah. Like,
It's
yes,
fun.
there's going to be kids there, but don't be embarrassed because everybody's there to have fun. It is a good show.
People, as Kelsey mentioned, are all dressed up in all this fun
don't be
costumes
afraid
and
to
stuff.
dress up.
The kids are all throughout there. People would comment on each other's stuff. It was fun to see.
People were commenting. We heard in passing about our secret high shirts. So it's fun. It's a good time. We had fun. My takeaways. I wish I sat closer.
Yeah. All right.
So
that's what we have.
That's our thoughts. Oh, now.
We have one more thing, but before that, we'll just quickly mention our next actual episode that comes out a week from this release is Color of Friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
And other than that, we don't have any other extra minisodes. So
yeah. Should we put the announcement after the outro song?
If you want to.
Okay, bye. See you after the outro song. Welcome back after the outro song. You ready for our special
Scenes from our current episode.
You ready for our special announcement?
Yeah.
Da 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 da! We got engaged.
Thank God we're engaged.
Yep. Figured we should say it at some point on the podcast. So throw it in the minisode. It like just happened a few weeks ago. And to loop it back to the podcast of why this proposal was special, orchestrated by BenG, we went to a private karaoke room. I had no idea this was going to be the proposal. I was bamboozled by everyone. I thought this was just a normal friend get together thing. I've always wanted to do a karaoke room, but we basically started the night, me and BenG sang Start of Something New from High School Musical, and then after we were done singing, that's when he proposed, and I was very surprised. But we did sing a High School Musical song together.
Now we're starting something new.
Yeah, it honestly is a good proposal song.
I know.
Because it's the
I
start
was
of
pretty
something
happy.
new.
When I came up with an idea, that's what I locked in on.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that is the song.
That is the song. Because we had sang it before together.
Yeah.
Karaoke. So it's like, yeah, let's do it again. And it's the karaoke song from High School
It's the song they sing karaoke.
Yeah.
In the movie.
And now it's the start of our marriage, kind of our
engagement.
Our engagement, yeah. And so we will be getting married. Planning just a little bit of a longer engagement.
Don't expect us to be married anytime soon.
It'll be a couple years probably. Not that you guys are invited unless you know us, but yeah. So just wanted to put that out there. We are fiancés now.
All right.
Cool. Thank you guys for listening. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.